Comfort used to be your goal. Now it feels like a trap. You no longer run from difficult conversations. You don't avoid hard work. You understand that growth lives where comfort dies. Waking up early, training when you don't feel like it, choosing discipline over dopamine. The warrior path begins the moment you stop asking, "How can this be easier?" and start asking, "How can this make me stronger?" Sign 1. You started embracing discomfort. Comfort used to be your goal. Now it feels like a trap. You no longer run from difficult conversations. You don't avoid hard work. You understand that growth lives where comfort dies. Waking up early, training when you don't feel like it, choosing discipline over dopamine. The warrior path begins the moment you stop asking, "How can this be easier?" and start asking, "How can this make me stronger?" Sign 2. You question everything, including yours. Warriors don't blindly follow. They observe, they reflect, they adapt. You started questioning your habits, your environment, your beliefs. You notice patterns in your behavior. You take responsibility instead of blaming the world. Self-awareness becomes your weapon, because a warrior knows the greatest enemy isn't outside, it's within. Sign 3. Solitude no longer scares you. There was a time when silence felt uncomfortable. Now it feels necessary. You begin enjoying your own company. You spend time thinking, planning, reflecting, not out of loneliness, but out of intention. The warrior path often separates you from noise, not to isolate you, but to help you hear your own voice. In solitude, clarity is born, and clarity builds direction. Sign 4. Discipline starts replacing motivation. Emotional. Discipline is identity. You've stopped waiting to feel ready. You act anyway. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days you feel exhausted. But the action remains consistent. That's when you realize the warrior path isn't built on intensity. It's built on repetition. Small promises kept daily become the armor you wear. Sign 5. You see failure as training, not defeat. The warrior mindset reframes loss. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you ask, "What did this teach me?" Mistakes stop defining your identity. They refine your strategy. You fall, you analyze, you rise with more awareness. And over time, failure loses its emotional sting. It becomes feedback, training, preparation for the next battle. Sign 6. You become comfortable with slow progress. The warrior path is not dramatic, repetitive, quiet, sometimes frustratingly slow. You stop chasing quick results. You start respecting consistency. You understand that real strength is built in invisible moments. The workouts nobody sees, the habits nobody praises, the discipline nobody applauds. Patience stops feeling passive. It becomes a form of power. Sign 7. You develop emotional control. You still feel anger. You still feel fear. You still feel doubt. But you no longer let emotion dictate action. The warrior path teaches pause. Breathe before reacting. Observe before speaking. Think before acting. Emotional control doesn't make you cold. It makes you dangerous in the best way, because your actions become intentional, not impulsive. Sign 8. You take radical responsibility for your life. Excuses start feeling heavy. Blame feels weak. You begin owning your mistakes, your decisions, and your direction. Even when circumstances aren't your fault, you focus on what remains in your control. That shift is powerful, because responsibility removes helplessness. And the moment you accept responsibility, you reclaim your power. Sign 9. You start losing interest in empty distractions. What once entertained you now feels draining. Mindless scrolling, constant noise, temporary pleasures without purpose. You don't reject enjoyment, but you become selective with your attention. The warrior path sharpens awareness of time, and once you realize time is limited, you guard your focus like a weapon. Sign 10. You feel a quiet confidence growing inside. Not arrogance, not loud self-belief, but a calm certainty. You trust your ability to endure discomfort. You trust your discipline. You trust the process you're building daily. Warrior path doesn't create loud confidence. It builds silent resilience. A presence that doesn't need validation. A strength that doesn't need to be announced.